Let's face it, most of us are guilty of overspending. Did you know the average American spends over $18,000 a year on non-essentials? That's right, $18,000. It's easy to fall into the trap of mindless purchases, but the good news is, it doesn't have to be this way. I've been there, broke, stressed, and living paycheck to paycheck. But one simple money-saving trick completely turned things around for me. In this video, I'm going to share exactly what I did to break free from that cycle. You'll learn easy, yet powerful strategies that will help you save money fast, without cutting out all the fun. From learning how to spend intentionally to discovering creative ways to get what you need without spending a dime, these tips could be life-changing. Are you ready to stop wasting money and start building your wealth? Keep watching, because the trick I'm about to share could be the game changer you've been looking for. Chapter 1. The Power of Intentional Spending. Breaking the cycle of mindless purchases. We live in a world where it's easy to swipe a card or click buy now without thinking twice. But what if you took a step back and reevaluated every purchase? Intentional spending is the key. It's about making sure your money goes exactly where it aligns with your values and priorities. Studies show that people who track their spending save up to 20% more annually than those who don't. That means every latte or impulse buy adds up. One powerful trick to start is the 30-day rule. Before buying anything non-essential, wait for 30 days. You'll be surprised how many things you think you need today don't seem so important a month later. According to financial expert David Bach, this simple practice could save you hundreds each year. The real magic happens when you become fully aware of your habits. Spend with purpose, and watch your savings grow. Another helpful strategy is the cash envelope system. This old-school trick involves setting aside a fixed amount of cash for specific categories, like groceries or entertainment. Once the cash is gone, that's it. You're forced to rethink where and how you spend. The beauty of this system is that it makes your spending limits real and tangible. As you adopt intentional spending, you may also notice that you're more mindful of small, everyday purchases. It's easy to overlook a $2 snack here or a $5 cup of coffee there. But when you track these costs, they add up quickly. The simple act of checking your bank statement can reveal hidden leaks in your budget. Chapter 2. Thrifty in Style. How to dress like a millionaire on a shoestring budget. You don't need to spend a fortune to look like $1 million. One of the most powerful frugal living hacks is learning how to dress smart on a budget. Did you know that 68% of people believe that appearance impacts their success? But don't worry, you don't have to spend hundreds at designer stores to look sharp. Thrifting is your best friend. Thrift stores are treasure chests filled with high-quality clothes at a fraction of the cost. Research shows that second-hand shopping has grown by 25% over the last 5 years. People are waking up to the fact that pre-loved clothing can be just as stylish as brand new pieces. And, let's face it, who doesn't love a good bargain? Another savvy trick is to swap clothes with friends or family. This is a fantastic way to refresh your wardrobe without spending a dime. You can even create a clothing exchange group in your community. According to a report from the American Apparel and Footwear Association, nearly 50% of consumers are open to swapping clothes instead of buying new. It's a win-win. Don't forget about upcycling either. You can transform old, outdated clothes into something fresh and trendy. A simple DIY project, like turning a large shirt into a stylish crop top or redesigning old jeans, can give you an entirely new look. And all it takes is a little creativity and some sewing skills. It's not just about where you shop, though, it's also about how you take care of what you already own. Did you know that the average American throws away 81 pounds of clothes each year? By maintaining your clothes properly, you can extend their life and keep them looking new longer. Simple steps like washing clothes in cold water or using a fabric shaver to remove pills can go a long way. Chapter 3. Zero-cost hobbies. Free fun that builds wealth. When you're living frugally, finding enjoyable activities that don't cost anything is a game changer. The beauty of zero-cost hobbies is that they bring joy without draining your wallet. In fact, people who regularly engage in free hobbies report higher levels of happiness and contentment. So, what are some of these hobbies? Let's dive in. Start by exploring nature. Hiking, biking, or just walking in the park are all completely free activities that offer countless benefits for your mental and physical health. According to the American Hiking Society, Regular outdoor activities can improve mood and reduce stress levels by up to 71%. Plus, nature is the ultimate escape from the pressures of everyday life, giving you much-needed relaxation. If you enjoy reading, there's a treasure trove of free books available through local libraries and online platforms like Project Gutenberg. You can access thousands of classic works, from literature to self-improvement, without spending a penny. Did you know that in 2022, over 1.7 billion books were checked out from public libraries in the US alone? If you're a creative person, consider learning to draw, paint, or write. The internet is filled with free resources to help you master new skills. Whether it's through YouTube tutorials or free online classes, there's no shortage of material to help you explore your artistic side. You don't need to spend money on art supplies either, just get creative with what you have at home. Another great zero-cost hobby is volunteering. Not only does it allow you to give back to your community, but it can also help you build new skills and expand your network. Volunteering can even be a path to discovering career opportunities. According to a study by the Corporation for National and Community Service, 25% of volunteers find a job through their volunteer work. Lastly, learning new languages or picking up a musical instrument are hobbies that require time and dedication but cost little to nothing. Platforms like Duolingo offer free language courses, while there are numerous YouTube channels teaching everything from guitar to piano. By investing time into these hobbies, you're enriching your life without spending a dime. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next chapters where we'll dive into how bartering, frugal food hacks, and the No Spend Challenge can change your financial life. Chapter 4. The Art of Bartering. Trade your way to savings. Bartering might sound old-fashioned, but it's an incredibly effective and creative way to save money. Instead of paying for goods and services, you can exchange something of value that you already have. In fact, bartering has been around for thousands of years, and it's still alive and well today. According to a 2023 survey, over 40% of people in the US have engaged in some form of barter in the last year. Bartering can take many forms. For example, if you're good at graphic design, you could trade your services with a friend who is a carpenter. Maybe you offer babysitting in exchange for someone doing your laundry. It's all about recognizing what you have to offer and finding someone who values it. One of the greatest benefits of bartering is that it helps eliminate the need for cash in transactions. When you remove the exchange of money, both parties can walk away feeling satisfied without spending a dime. Plus, bartering allows you to tap into skills or items that you might not normally use, which is a great way to avoid wasting resources. But how do you start? One simple way is by joining bartering communities online. Platforms like Buns or Barter Quest allow people to connect and swap anything from clothes to services. A 2022 report found that bartering transactions have increased 15% in recent years, especially among younger generations who prefer trading over spending. You don't have to rely on big platforms either. Informal bartering can happen between friends, neighbors, or even through social media groups. The power of social networking can help you find the perfect trade for just about anything. Think about it. You could exchange your unused equipment, like a bicycle or power tools, for something you actually need. Bartering is also great for developing a give-and-take mindset. It teaches the value of sharing resources and how mutual support can reduce the pressure of financial constraints. So, before you reach for your wallet, consider if you could barter your way to savings. Chapter 5. Frugal Food Hacks. Master the 5-minute gourmet. For less food can be one of the biggest expenses in any budget, but it doesn't have to drain your wallet. Frugal living is all about mastering simple and delicious meals that don't break the bank. One surprising fact: the average American spends around $4,000 a year on dining out. That's a significant chunk of change that could be saved by cooking at home. Start by mastering meal prepping. Preparing meals in advance can save you both time and money. By buying ingredients in bulk, you reduce the cost per meal and avoid the temptation of ordering takeout. According to a study by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, people who meal prep save an average of 15% more on groceries each month. Another powerful trick is to embrace plant-based eating. You don't have to become a full-time vegan, but cutting back on meat and dairy can lower your grocery bills dramatically. A report from the Harvard School of Public Health found that plant-based meals are typically 30–50% cheaper than meat-based ones. Get creative with leftovers. One of the biggest mistakes people make is throwing out perfectly good food. The average American household wastes about 31% of its food every year. That's $1,500 down the drain. Repurposing leftovers into new meals is a smart way to reduce waste and stretch your grocery budget further. For example, leftover roasted vegetables can be transformed into a soup or salad for the next day. Don't forget about the power of one-pot meals. Dishes like soups, stews, and casseroles are not only easy to prepare, but they can feed a family for days. Plus, they require minimal ingredients. A survey conducted by the National Restaurant Association found that 75% of people prefer simple, home-cooked meals that don't require hours of prep work. Consider learning to bake your own bread, too. Homemade bread costs pennies compared to store-bought versions, and it's surprisingly simple to make. A loaf of bread at a bakery can cost upwards of $3, while making it at home can cost as little as 50 cents. Lastly, embrace the joy of shopping seasonally. By buying fruits and vegetables that are in season, you can save up to 40% on your grocery bill. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, produce that's in season not only tastes better but is more affordable. Seasonal food doesn't have to be fancy either. It can be as simple as buying a bunch of sweet potatoes in the fall or tomatoes in the summer. Chapter 6. The No Spend Challenge. Unlocking the secret to financial freedom. The No Spend Challenge is one of the most powerful ways to reset your financial habits and build wealth. It's simple. For a set period, usually 1 week or 1 month, you commit to not spending any money except on necessities. The beauty of this challenge is that it forces you to be creative, resourceful, and intentional with your finances. When you take on the No Spend Challenge, you get a first-hand look at where your money really goes. According to a 2023 report by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average household spends over $60,000 annually. By eliminating unnecessary spending, you can quickly identify areas for improvement and direct your money toward your goals, whether it's saving for a vacation, paying down debt, or building an emergency fund. The best part? It can be done at any time. You don't need to wait for a special occasion or an event to start the challenge. Just pick a week, or a month, and commit to it. People who have successfully completed a no-spend month report feeling more in control of their finances and often end up saving hundreds of dollars in the process. To make the challenge work, set clear rules for what qualifies as a need versus a want. You can still pay for essentials like groceries, utilities, and housing, but skip anything outside of that. For example, no dining out, no new clothes, and no subscriptions. This forces you to rethink your priorities and focus on the things that matter most. During your no-spend period, you'll also have the opportunity to explore free activities. Take up free hobbies, enjoy nature, or spend time with friends in ways that don't cost money. The No Spend Challenge encourages a lifestyle that values experiences over material purchases. A unique bonus of the No Spend Challenge is the power of reflection. After completing the challenge, take time to reflect on what you learned. Many people realize how little they actually need to live a fulfilling life. Some even decide to continue the frugal mindset beyond the challenge, making it a permanent part of their lives. The No Spend Challenge is not just about saving money for a short time. It's about creating lasting financial habits that will continue to serve you. It's a tool that helps build discipline, mindfulness, and financial freedom. By cutting back on unnecessary spending, you'll find yourself with more money for the things that truly matter to you. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to subscribe for more money-saving strategies that can change your financial future.